What is up, YouTube? Today I'll be showcasing my Legacy Pox deck. Now this is a prison control deck that aims to disrupt the opponent and lock them out of the game. So we're going to do a quick rundown on it, and we'll start off with Nether Spirit. This is an infinite blocker for the deck, which has amazing synergy because we have cards to discard him, like Liliana the Veil, Smallpox, and Pox. So what happens is when you discard him, he enters the graveyard. During your upkeep, you bring him back. So he's an infinite blocker for the deck. For Dark Ritual, because we want to disrupt the opponent as early as possible, or just lock him out of the game as quickly as possible. And sometimes we sacrifice our lands to Smallpox, so we have less mana sources. This is sure as we can still cast our cards when we're down on lands. For Thoughtseize. Now, some people prefer Inquisition and Kozilek. I prefer the Thoughtseizes because you can discard cards like Battered Skull, Jake's the Mind Sculptor, and Force of Will. Now, these are pretty good targets, but you can't name the Inquisition and Kozilek. Now, the 2 life can be a problem because Pox is really slow, but I think the pros outweigh the cons, so I'm playing 4 Thoughtseize. 3 Innocent Blood. Each player sacrifices a creature. You never really have a creature, so this card is amazing in this deck. And Nether Spirit will just come back, so we play 3 of them. 3 Cursed Scrolls. It's an amazing win condition in this deck. We have a lot of cards that discard cards, so our hand empties out rather quickly. So like in the middle or late game, this card just wins games. Smallpox, which is the main card of the deck. Each player loses a life, discards a card, sacrifices a creature, and sacrifices a land. The way the deck's built, we can capitalize off this card, and it has really good synergy. Many creature decks can't deal with a turn 2 Smallpox, so we sometimes just start the winner games for that. Then 2 Torak that randomly discards 2 cards in my opponent's hand. This will empty out their hand pretty quickly, so I'm pretty sure a play set is the way to go. 4 Sinkholes. I like to lock my opponent out of mana sources, even basics. 4 Liliana the Veil, which is one of the strongest cards in this deck. You need 4. I don't think I would ever want to play less than 4, because its synergy is perfect with Pox. You can discard cards, or you can sacrifice a creature. The ultimate is also pretty dang useful. And then we go to Pox, the original Pox. I just play it because I want another Pox effect in the deck. Crucible of Worlds to bring back lands that we Smallpox away, or we can put a waste lock on our opponent. I also play Cabal Pit, which I'll go towards later, which we use to take out their creatures. Nether Void. Here's one card that I would not play Pox without, because it fits in with our game plan perfectly. We aim to lock our opponent out of mana sources, and this card assures that they will not be coming back once we establish board presence. And I really like it against a lot of the control decks, combo decks, and even burn. Not a Soul's Betrayal. It's a sweeper for the deck. With all the Delver and such out there, and Death and Taxes, I really like this card because it takes them off the board. For Origborg Tomb Yawgmoths, some people argue the correct number is less than 4 because it's legendary, but the fact that we can filter them out with Smallpox and the need to have them is primarily based on the amount of colorless lands in his deck. To ensure we can consistently get 2 black mana, I play 4. I would not advise playing any less, because sometimes we just really need to hit a Smallpox, hit the Turok, or Sinkhole on turn 2. Playing any less than that means you'll be doing it a lot less, very inconsistently. Then we play Mishra's Factory, which does not get hit by Smallpox. It's a creature that you can use, a man land that you can use to beat them down with, and it dances around Smallpox. Wasteland. Wasteland is another land destruction card that helps our game plan, and with Crucible of Worlds, we can lock out some decks. The Tabernacle at Pendrell Vale. Now, if you can't afford this card, don't sweat it. But if you do have it, you should always play it. Because when you're it turns our wastelands and the sinkholes into potential creature sweepers. As the opponent will not have the mana to pay to keep the creatures on the board. But also, you can make it use it to slow down the opponent. Then we play Cabal Pit. Cabal Pit has Threshold, but this deck can easily fulfill that with the Dark Rituals and Smallpoxes and all that. It's really easy to reach Threshold. This card is this targeted creature removal to get some creatures out of the way. We can just keep reusing it with Crucible of Worlds and lock out some creature decks. Alright, and then we play a ton of swamps. And then let's go to the sideboard. 4 Leyline of the Void. This is a card you want to mold down to. When you're against decks like Reanimator and Storm and Dredge, against like Reanimator and Dredge, this gives us a pretty dang favorable matchup, because they have a really hard time dealing with it, and I have a hard time getting rid of it. 2 Piping Needles, so we can name problematic threats to this deck, like Jace the Mind Sculptor, which can easily win against this deck. Deathrite Shaman's kind of threat, and I named Stormforge Mystic quite a bit, because it can be a threat as well. Then we play 2 Chains of Mephistopheles. This card is really good here because we have no draw cards in this deck, and it helps prevent my opponent from coming back with their cantrips. And now we play a Ratchet Bond. This card helps against Token Swarms, Chalice of the Void, and it's a generic out the cards that Pox can't get rid of, like enchantments and such. Toxic Deluge. It's a board wipe. 2 Ensnaring Bridges. We played them. For the big creature combo decks. Like Show and Tell, they have a really hard time with this card. It takes them a while to get off the board. So if you can stay in control of this game with this card out, you can potentially lock him out of the game and win from there. Another Nether Void, because sometimes one Nether Void is not enough. This card is just too strong not to play. So we play a second one. Sorry about that. But it fits in with our game plan. There's some decks that we want another Nether Void, like Show and Tell, Blue and White Control. Even Burn. Burn has a really hard time against it. You slot down another Void early, you normally can't get out of it. And it just locks them out. The Abyss, really good to this format. There's a lot of creature decks where this card is just really good. I don't advise it against some creature decks. They'll win creature combo decks like Elves. But against the majority of the creature decks, this is really strong. They cut them off their creatures. And then finally, Spinning Darkness. Spinning Darkness is a targeted removal card that's really good right now because Blue and Red Delver isn't showing more play, and it helps us come back against like Blue and Red Delver and Burn, which aims to deplete our life as fast as possible. This card can help put us back into the game by getting rid of a creature and gaining life. And that is my Pox deck. I hope you guys enjoyed watching them. Very sorry about the stuttering, but I did the best I could. So this is my Pox deck that I will play in any major tournament I go to. And thank you for watching.